Hey, hoteliers, I think we've all been here at some point in time. You know, that place where you think you're doing all the right things or you're working so hard on all these right things, but bookings just aren't where they're supposed to be or where you want them to be. You're doing things like tweaking your ads, your Google ads, or your social media ads. You're updating and making changes to your website. You're busy going through social media trying to game the algorithm. You're also listing every great feature that your hotel offers. And yet, too many guests are bouncing. Wait a minute. Did I just say that we were listing all the features? Yeah, that's usually the problem. The last point about listing features is part of the problem. Why? Well, let's just say hotels love to list features and everything like free Wi-Fi, parking, maybe stunning views, breakfast, pool, hot tub, or maybe it's that 42-inch screen TV that you so desperately need to include in your list of features. But the point is that guests have to take that list of features and then try and figure out, do I really care? Does it make sense to me? Do I need this? Instead, it makes their brain burn calories. And anytime that we're making our guests work instead of book, we're causing friction. Friction leads to guests bouncing, and frankly, they'll go to the competitor or to an OTA. If you confuse, you lose. When your marketing makes guests work hard, here's what happens. They don't connect with the message, and so they leave your website. And when they leave your website, you're left spending more money on marketing to try and get more visitors to your website. And sure, your hotel may capture some bookings, but far fewer than it could be capturing. And because of that, pressure increases on marketing performance and on revenue, and the cycle continues. So let's take a look at a scenario rather, where we're looking at features versus the alternative. And here's how it plays out. Okay, so here's Dave. Dave is a snowboard loving dad who's planning a March break trip with his family. And Dave wants the most value for his money. He doesn't want the cheapest, but he doesn't need anything luxurious either. And he's driving, he's not staying at a ski in, ski out. And he's ultimately looking for an easy, hassle-free trip. And by hassle-free means that he has to do the least amount of things to enjoy the most of his family ski vacation. So he goes to the internet and he finds the Peak Hotel. Okay, so Dave's looking for that ski vacation and he lands on the Peak Hotel. And immediately when he lands on the website, he's met with a list of features about them being located in the downtown village, how they have breakfast, how they have rooms and suites and ski storage and a shuttle and all these other things that look great. And all of a sudden Dave's going, okay, as he's running through the list, and his brain is starting to compute. And Dave is wondering, is this important to me? And if it is important to me, how important are these features to me? And how will it help me have a great ski vacation? And will my family be happy with this choice? And you can see all of the questions that Dave starts asking, which is making his brain have to work. And the more friction goes up, and the more wondering and questioning, the more trust goes down. So instead, let's rewind the story. Dave lands on the Peak Hotel with a message that speaks to him. So here's the Peak Hotel, not listing features. It says you're going to love more fresh tracks and fewer morning hassles. It's your vacation. You shouldn't waste time finding a breakfast spot, brushing snow off your car, driving or battling for a parking spot at the hill. You do enough of that stuff in life already. At the Peak Hotel, you can wake up refreshed to a hearty breakfast, grab your gear, hop on the door-to-door shuttle for a fun day outdoors. More mountain time, less stress. And Dave reads this and he's like, oh, yes, this is what I want, exactly what I want. And he books. And Dave feels like the family vacation hero. And all of that is called a story that sells. It's copywriting. It's good copywriting, a story that sells. And the clouds part. So in your marketing, you want to ditch the hotel's feature list. You want to stop making your guests try and figure out what these features mean to them and instead write the story that sells. And there's a few ways to do it. Number one, translate features into experiences. So instead of saying free breakfast, you could say wake up to a hot breakfast, no waiting, no searching, just fuel for your adventure. Use guest-focused language. Tip number two, I call that you copy because it's all about the other person. So change our suites have kitchens to cook, snack, or reheat takeout in the comfort of your own kitchen. You're creating more of a story. Number three, tell a story. Show how a stay at your guest feels instead of listing what you offer. Number four, speak to desires. What do your guests really want? Convenience, adventure, relaxation, and just frame everything around that. Because when you stop listing features and you start creating connections, guess what? Your bookings increase. Guests are going to immediately see why your hotel is perfect for them. And when they identify with that, that's when they stop shopping around. So ditch the features list, create a story that sells so that guests can book quickly and confidently. Thanks for watching, and you could subscribe to the Bookings Boost newsletter at malfairmarketing.com in the free resources.